honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakbarash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel, and to speckled bird Israelites that are scattered abroad that look like the heathen nations. To y'all say shalom, and shalom to all you brothers and sisters that may be out there listening and learning to these videos, that's tuning in and that's listening, and shalom to all you brothers and all you occupants out there in the highways and byways laboring in this truth, pushing this 100% truth, in this latter days, man, paving the way for our Lord Yahweh Shai to return, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Shalom to y'all. I also want to say that the Israelites are who you call today so-called black, Hispanic, Native American, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Jamaican, Haitian, Guatemalans to Panamanians. Those are the Israelites, always have been and always will be, contrary to the popular belief that they're not Israelites. And this is only for the elect, man. This is only for the elect, the chosen of Israel. Not all of our people is going to be saved in this side. 2/3 of our people will be cut off. They will be caught up in all the dangers that's coming, in the times ahead, days ahead. They're not going to be saved out of these, times, man. But I want to do a video on what I got titled, the entire police department in Minnesota city resigns. I got an article. I don't know if y'all can see that very well, but yeah, this is a big sign that chaos is near. And this society ain't got much longer. While people still thinking that it's all good and they're gonna be able to just continually live their life. No, the Lord is definitely doing things, man. It's quiet right now where I'm at. I'm sitting down. Outside. People's going to work, doing what they got to do, handling their business, but pretty soon that's going to be over. But I want to get this in I think it's 2nd Ezra chapter 5. Salakia. Let me get it. Hold on, let me type it in because I don't remember the exact scripture, but I think it is in 2nd Ezra chapter 5. Salakia. Nope. It's 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 21. So I'll go there. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 21. Right. Well, I'll actually start at verse 16. Right, because the scripture says, or verse 17, it says, woe is me, which means death and destruction unto me, who will deliver me in those days. People can't imagine a society without police. That is the order of things. That's who defends people, so-called, or keeps people in check, in line. If there was no police, then what's going to take over for the police? The military, the army. That's going to have martial law come into effect. It says, who will deliver me in those days? So the prophet Idris said this, back then. What about the average normal person? It says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, right? The beginning of famine and great death, because that's coming. Famine, food shortages. It doesn't mean there's no food at all. The beginning of wars, right? Hey, World War III is talked about every day in the news. They're ignoring it though. It says, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when evil shall come? Right? And these people that don't believe in the Lord, man, they don't even know the Lord's name. It ain't no damn Jesus, man. Everybody knows that name. How is it gonna be the Lord's name? And it ain't nothing special about it, man. Everybody knows their name. The scriptures say in Proverbs 30 and verse 4, it says, what is the Lord's name if thou canst tell? It's a mystery, man. Everybody don't know the Lord's name. Everybody doesn't know the Lord, the ways of the Lord. It's only given to the Israelites, man. But back to the topic, man. With there being no police, man, anything is gonna happen. Pretty much. But that's what's prophesied. And that's what these elites want. Of Esau, Edom. They want chaos, man, so they can bring in the order. And we want it to come. We don't want the society to keep functioning. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to the plantation and work for Esau Edom. You know, they complain about working for their own damn jobs. How much more Jake? You know, I ain't trying to go to work every damn day. Fuck that. I'm ready for the kingdom, Lord willing. But I'm gonna get I'm gonna skip down to verse 21 because I was talking about how people are just living their life. Meanwhile, this could happen in any city. Like in the city that I'm in right now, you got a big problem going on with the buses and them not having enough bus drivers and stuff like that, and them not knowing the routes of how to take the kids home and where to take the kids home to. You know, so they started school like literally probably what they started school like last week. They only went the first day. But that first day, that was their last day because they've been out of school ever since because they don't have enough bus drivers. They don't know, like I said, the routes and stuff like that. And the kids aren't going to school, which I'm not uplifting, going to school in Babylon and America. You don't learn shit anyway, you know. And I knew that before I was even in the truth. I knew that, I knew that when I was in high school. Like a lot of stuff I was learning didn't make sense, didn't add up. It's all lies. I'm gonna say all of it's lies, not just some of it. But that's just one, department that can fail. The schooling is failed, and that's just going on in my city. I don't know what's going on in every other brother city, but I'm comparing it to the police department situation in Minnesota, how they just resigned. Now, so hey, all hell could break loose in that city. Minnesota City, whatever it said on there. You know, but you might not think that's nothing because it don't have nothing to do with you. That's the average person. Oh, well, it don't got nothing to do with me, so I ain't gonna worry about it. Well, you can't think like that because you don't know what's gonna happen. Remember when the pandemic first hit in 2020? Where was it happening at first? It was happening in China. People didn't think it was gonna come over here, but it did. You know. So we get this in verse 21 because people are like I said are not worried about what's coming. They're not worried about death or destruction. They're not worried about what might happen, what is a possibility. They're not worried about that. All they're worried about is fun, and YOLO and living it up, living their best damn life. You didn't start changing your way of thinking when the pandemic hit. I don't know what to tell you because that wasn't nothing. Because there's way more things to come than just the pandemic that came. But this is verse 21. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be." It says, "Shall be good cheap, should be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case." Because you can still buy things right now, but stuff is going up. Inflation, stuff is really getting to the point to where it's unattainable, unaffordable. It says, "And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion." A lot of people, they don't understand what the fuck is going on. Esau came out and said that aliens were real, which we know that they're the angels of the Lord. They're not no fucking aliens. We know with green skin, big ass heads and googly eyes. That ain't true. But what they say are UFOs. Those do exist, but they're not fucking green men. But the majority of people, they believe that, but they're not even worried about it because people are so sucked into their life. That's why the scriptures say the day of the Lord is going to come upon people unawares because they're not paying attention to nothing. It's like they're blocked. Something is blocking them, from receiving any type of spirituality unless you're part of the elect. I mean, well, the only spirituality is the Bible. That's the only one. But, y'all get what I'm saying. It says, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish the famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy." You see? So, a famine is coming, man. And police ain't gonna do anything, anyway. When that happens, what are they gonna be able to do? They're gonna be able to they're gonna be trying to protect their own family. They ain't gonna be out here trying to police these citizens out here. And then you gotta think there's millions of regular citizens. There's way more citizens than police officers. So they could just, outnumber them and outtake them anyway. That's why they're gonna have to bring in the military or the UN troops or the super soldiers, whatever Esau got, and they're gonna have to do that. Let me see what this says. I'm gonna get 2nd Esdras 15, right? This says verse 14. It says, Woe to the world and to them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and with swords in their hands. You see, and I didn't forget that there was this campaign going on in different states where they were defunding the police, which that's like I said, that's all by design, you know. But the average person doesn't. They're not paying no attention. So these things, they should be scared. They should be worried, you know, because that's gonna make more room for crime to happen and crime to spike up, you know. So if somebody's to break in your house, or you know you getting stalked or something, or you know somebody murdered somebody, you're not getting arrested in that city. You know, if there's no police, what are you gonna do? You know, what are you gonna do, right? That's why it says that. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. Verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So Esau is going to go through whatever it is that he's going to do, or he wants to do. You know, if he wants to defund the police, you know, or, you know, we don't know what these meetings that they have behind closed doors, what they talk about. They could have told them to just quit. They could have just paid all these people off and told them to quit, and then have the crime level spike up so they could bring in the military. They could do something like that, you know. I'm not saying it's going to happen like that, or that's exactly what happened, but they could, you know. But we got to understand it's really the Lord doing all this, man. You know, defunding the police, eliminating cash bail, you know, doing all these different things that they're doing to basically have people be out of jail that are criminals, or they letting them out, whatever they've been doing, you know, and letting these police resign. And Esau, they don't care about their own, man. That's why the scripture says, a kingdom divided shall not stand. And this kingdom is completely divided, because they resigned over low pay, you know. But I'm going to give verse 17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? It says, for because of their pride, the city should be troubled, the house should be destroyed, and men should be afraid, right? You know, all these people out here, man, they can't be told anything. They thinking that they on some type of level, but they really not, you know. And we gonna see how big and bad you are when there's no police, when this society falls. Especially women. Women are not equal to men. They're not gonna be able to beat up no damn man. You know, you going on one without a man when there's no police. You know, can't nobody stop that man, and you ain't got no weapon. You done. Especially if you're not a Israelite woman, because these heathens, they don't matter, man. These so-called white people, man. These so-called Japanese people, these so-called Chinese people, these so-called East Indians, these Arabians, all these heathen nations, they don't matter to the Lord anyway. So the Lord's gonna allow chaos to happen. It's gonna happen in many more cities, right? It says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So people's gonna be breaking into people's houses looking for food, you know, resources to stay alive, you know, when society collapses, you know. And that's the beginning of it, you know. This police department resigning, everybody. That's what it said, you know. So I want to get this in Mark 3:25. It's like all these bugs. It says, if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Let me see something. You know, and it ain't standing. It ain't gonna be put back together. But I'm gonna get Isaiah 45, because really the Lord's doing this. Isaiah 45 and verse 7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So the Lord is doing this, man, causing this stuff to happen. You know, you thinking that it's just, oh, well, man, it's this, man. No. The Lord's not with America, man. He never was. Even when America wasn't the way it is. The Lord was never with these people, man. You know, he just led them in a certain way. He let them prosper, but that's only for a short time. You know? And I want to get this in the book of Salaki. I want to get this in the book of Amos. Amos chapter 3, verse 6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in a city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be any evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? You see? So all the evil that's about to start happening in that city because of the police resigning, that's the Lord. The Lord's in control of that. You know? That's gonna happen in other cities too. You know, they ain't gonna be the only place where people resigned, you know, because they was getting low pay and all this stuff. So they say on the article. That's not gonna be the only place, you know. So, you know, prepare, you know, for like I said, many more articles and stories like that. You know, we're in them times, you know, because Esau's ready to bring that sword, man. They know that they're going down. They don't got much longer, you know. But I want to get this in the book of Job 14 and 4, and I'm going to close out. Now, I'll probably, Lord willing, I might come back and make a video later on. Job 14 and verse 5, it says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds, he cannot pass. You see, so these devils, they don't got much time left, man. You know, they don't got a lot of time left. All this division going on, and people just blind as hell, and, you know, it's in your face. You know, we're one step away from the MOTB coming out and being mandatory and instituted. We're that close. We are that close. If society collapses and they bring in the military, they could start, you know, sea-hipping people right there. Then what are the people going to do? They ain't going to do anything. They ain't going to have no choice. They ain't going to know what to do because they don't have the Lord. They don't got YASHAMIAHLA. So, you know, I just want to do this quick video, man. This quick live, you know, and basically make a quick video about that. But I might come back and make another video about that fire that happened in Hawaii, you know, because I've been wanting to do a video on that too. But for now, I'm gonna close out. You know, till next time, I want to say Shalom. Lord willing, this video is, you know, this live video was edifying. It was just a quick one. I'm gonna say Shalom, but YASHARAHLA, Shalom.